Right now, take one slow breath and notice how your body reacts to the words boundless wealth. Some part of you may soften, some part of you may tighten, and whichever happens, it's okay. You're not doing it wrong. You're simply becoming honest with yourself in a very tender place. Because boundless wealth isn't just a phrase. It touches old memories, old disappointments, old hopes you've carried quietly, almost like a secret. It can stir up longing. It can stir up grief. It can stir up that familiar thought that whispers, maybe that's not for me. And I want you to hear this gently, clearly, like a warm hand in yours. You are allowed to want more ease. You are allowed to want more support. You are allowed to want to feel safe and provided for and free. Not because you've earned it through suffering, not because you've finally become perfect, but because your life matters, because you matter, because you were never meant to live in a constant state of bracing. So when we talk about aligning your energy with the frequency of boundless wealth, we're not talking about forcing the universe to obey you. We're not talking about pretending you don't have bills. We're not talking about bypassing real emotions with shiny words. We're talking about something much simpler. We're talking about coming home to the part of you that knows you can be supported. We're talking about moving from contraction into openness, from fear into trust, from I have to fight for everything, into I am learning how to receive. And even if you've never felt that before, you can begin now, gently, one breath at a time. Let's start by clearing up a misunderstanding that keeps so many people stuck. Abundance is not just money. Money is a form, a symbol, a tool. It's one way support shows up, but the frequency of wealth, the true frequency, is a state of being. It's the feeling of enoughness in your body. It's the quiet confidence that life can meet you. It's the inner permission to expand, to rest, to choose, to breathe. It's the belief that you are not a mistake in the universe, but a beloved part of it. When you live in that frequency, money may come more easily, opportunities may appear, relationships may become more balanced, your decisions may become clearer, and not because you forced anything, but because you stopped blocking what was already trying to reach you. Now notice what happens inside you when I say blocking. If you feel defensive, sweet one, that's okay too. Many of us were taught that struggle makes us good, that if it's easy, it must be wrong, that if we receive, we must owe, that if we have more, someone else will have less. So it makes sense that the body contracts around wealth. Your nervous system may have learned that more means danger, more attention, more responsibility, more envy, more loss. And if that's been your experience, no wonder you've been cautious. Perhaps you've experienced this. You finally get a little extra money, and almost immediately something breaks. A car problem, a medical bill, an unexpected expense. And you think, see, you are allowed to have more ease than you've ever known. And you don't have to force it. You only have to be willing. Because you, yes, you are worthy of boundless good. And it begins now, in this breath, in this softening, in this quiet decision to open. I can't get ahead. But what might also be happening is that your energy is still trained to expect the other shoe to drop. You receive, and your system panics, and it starts looking for what will take it away. Or perhaps you've experienced this. An opportunity appears, something that could truly help you grow, and then you delay. You overthink. You find 10 reasons it won't work. You scroll and scroll and scroll, trying to soothe yourself, but the tightness doesn't leave. And you think you're being practical, but what might really be happening is that you're protecting yourself from disappointment, from visibility, from change. Or perhaps you've experienced this. You work hard, you give so much, you're the dependable one, the helper, the one who holds it together for everyone. And deep down, you resent how little you receive back. And you tell yourself you shouldn't want more, you should be grateful, you should be humble. But what might really be happening is that you have been trained to equate love with self-sacrifice. And the idea of wealth, true overflow, threatens that old identity. If any of this feels familiar, I want you to breathe again. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not failing at manifestation. You're simply learning a new relationship with receiving. And that is a very brave thing. Now let's talk about frequency in a grounded way so your mind can relax. Your frequency is the emotional atmosphere you live in most often. It's what you expect. It's what you assume. It's what your body prepares for. If you expect scarcity, your body stays on alert, shoulders tight, jaw clenched, breath shallow, thoughts looping. Even when money is present, you don't feel it. You can't enjoy it because your nervous system is already preparing for it to vanish. If you expect support, your body softens, breath deepens, choices widen, you feel creative, you see options. You become responsive instead of reactive. And here's what's important. You don't raise your frequency by forcing happy thoughts on top of fear. You raise your frequency by meeting fear with love and choosing safety inside yourself, even before the outer world changes. That's why this work is so powerful, because it doesn't depend on circumstances first. It begins in you. It begins with how you hold yourself. So I want to offer you a simple truth. Wealth responds to receptivity, not to perfection, not to suffering, not to proving. Receptivity. And receptivity is something you can practice. Imagine a flower. A flower doesn't strain to be worthy of sunlight. It doesn't chase the sun down the road. It opens. It turns toward what nourishes it. It trusts the rhythm of life. And even when storms come, it returns again and again to opening. You are like that flower. You are learning how to open again. Now, if your mind says, but what about reality? What about my debt? What about my job? What about the economy? Take a breath. I'm not asking you to ignore reality. I'm asking you to stop letting reality become a life sentence. Reality is what is. Frequency is what you are choosing to be with what is. And from that place, what is can change. Let's gently uncover some of the most common blocks to the frequency of wealth. Not to judge them, not to shame them, just to bring them into the light where they can soften. One block is the belief, I have to work myself to the bone to deserve support. This belief often comes from watching adults struggle, or from being praised only when you performed, or from surviving in a world that didn't feel safe. Your system learned, if I don't push, I'll fall behind. But wealth doesn't require self-punishment. Effort can be beautiful, devotion can be sacred, but suffering is not a requirement. You can be devoted and still be gentle with yourself. You can take action and still be kind. You can be responsible without being harsh. Another block is the belief, if I have more, I will lose love. Sometimes people fear outgrowing family or friends. They fear being judged. They fear being asked for money. They fear being seen as too much. If this lives in you, it makes sense that you unconsciously keep yourself small. Small feels safer. Small feels like belonging. But hear me, you don't have to choose between abundance and love. You can have boundaries and still have a soft heart. You can have overflow and still be humble. You can grow and still be connected. Another block is the belief, it's not spiritual to want wealth. This one is so common, and it comes from confusing spirituality with deprivation. But true spirituality honors life. It honors the body. It honors ease. It honors being able to say yes to what matters. Wealth can support your service. It can create time. It can create rest. It can create generosity. It can create choices. It's not wrong to want support. It's not wrong to want ease. It's not wrong to want to feel free. Now I want you to notice something. When you think about wealth, what picture appears? Is it a number, a house, a lifestyle, a sense of release, fee, or is it a feeling? Because the universe, life, the loving intelligence that moves through everything responds most to feeling, not to the words you say, but to the state you embody. So the question becomes, what does wealth feel like to you? Close your eyes for a moment if that's comfortable. Wealth might feel like exhaling. It might feel like unclenching your stomach. It might feel like waking up without dread. It might feel like paying something without panic. It might feel like choosing what you truly want, not what you can afford. It might feel like safety. It might feel like spaciousness. It might feel like being held. Now let yourself imagine that feeling in your body just for a few seconds, not forcing it, not demanding it, just tasting it, like a warm sip of tea. And here's what's interesting. Your body may immediately argue. It may say, That's not real. That's not possible. Don't get your hopes up. If that happens, you're not doing it wrong. You're meeting the part of you that has tried to protect you from pain. So instead of fighting that voice, try this. Say softly inside, "Thank you for trying to keep me safe, and I'm still allowed to expand." You're allowed to expand even if fear is present. You're allowed to practice receptivity even if doubt visits. You're allowed to be a beginner at receiving. Now I want to guide you through a gentle alignment practice. You can do it sitting, lying down, or even just listening. Let your shoulders drop a little. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue rest. Soften your belly, even just 1%, and place a hand on your heart if you'd like. Feel the warmth of your own touch. This is important because wealth frequency is not just in the mind, it's in the body. It's in how safe you feel. Now take a breath in through your nose and let it go slowly through your mouth again. And as you breathe, imagine that with each exhale, you are letting go of the idea that you have to struggle to be worthy. Not all at once, just a little. You might say inside, "I release the habit of bracing." And breathe. Now imagine a gentle light above your head. It doesn't need a color, just a presence, a softness, like dawn. And imagine that light slowly pouring down like warm rain. It touches your forehead, your eyes, your throat, your chest, and wherever it touches, it brings ease. Now let it reach your heart. And from your heart, imagine that light spreading through your ribs, your lungs, your back. Notice. Do you feel resistance to receiving this light? If you do, that's okay. Just breathe. Receiving is a practice. Now imagine the light moving down into your belly. So many people hold fear here, old worry, old survival energy. So as the light enters your belly, say softly, "It is safe for me to be supported." Let that sentence land. You don't need to believe it fully. You just need to be willing to consider it. It is safe for me to be supported. Now, let the light move down into your hips, your legs, your feet. Feel yourself grounded. Because boundless wealth is not about floating away. It's about being fully here, rooted in life, able to receive what life wants to give. Now, with your next inhale, imagine drawing in the feeling of support, not as a promise, not as a demand, as a frequency. As if you are tuning a radio and you're slowly turning the dial toward "I am cared for." Inhale and receive that feeling. Exhale and let your body soften into it. Now I want you to speak some gentle affirmations with me, either out loud or inside, and I want you to listen to how your body responds. Your body will tell you what needs love. Say, "I am willing to receive more good." Notice what happens. Say, I am open to new sources of support. Notice what happens. Say, I do not have to chase what is meant for me. Notice what happens. Say, I am worthy of ease, and breathe. If any of these statements feel too big, you can soften them. You can say, I am learning to receive more good. I am exploring new sources of support. I am practicing ease. Because your subconscious mind responds to honesty, it relaxes when it feels you're not forcing. Now let's talk about the subconscious for a moment, because it's one of the most loving explanations for why you may have felt stuck. Your subconscious mind is like a loyal gardener. It waters the beliefs you've planted. If you planted money is hard to get, it waters that. If you planted I always struggle, it waters that. If you planted people with money are unsafe, it waters that. Not because it hates you, because it thinks it's helping you survive. So if you want to align with wealth, you don't fight the gardener. You plant new seeds, and you water them gently, consistently, with feeling. Here's a seed you can plant today. Life supports me in seen and unseen ways. Another seed, I can hold more without fear. Another seed, it is safe for me to have and to keep. And another, I trust myself with abundance. Now I want to bring in a few real-life scenarios, because sometimes the mind understands best through everyday moments. Perhaps you've experienced this. You're at the store and you see something you need, something simple, and even before you check the price, your body tightens. You feel a small wave of guilt. You put it back, even though you could have bought it. That moment isn't really about the item. It's about permission. It's about allowing yourself to be cared for, even by you. So next time, try this. Before you decide, breathe. Put your hand on your heart and ask yourself, am I choosing from love or from fear? And if it's fear, whisper, I am safe now. Then choose the most loving option you can, even if it's small. That's alignment. Perhaps you've experienced this. You get paid, and instead of feeling relief, you immediately feel pressure. The money is already spoken for in your mind. You can't enjoy it. You can't feel it. Your nervous system treats money like a visitor who might leave at any moment. So try this. When money arrives, pause. Even for 10 seconds. Look at the number, and instead of panic, say, thank you. Not because you're pretending everything is solved, but because you're training your body to associate money with safety, not urgency. That is frequency work. Perhaps you've experienced this. Someone offers help, a gift, a compliment, a chance, and you reflexively say, no, it's okay. You wave it away. You don't want to be a burden. You don't want to owe. But receiving does not automatically mean debt. Receiving can simply mean connection. So next time someone offers support, try saying, thank you, I receive, and notice how your energy shifts. Now let's talk about something tender: worthiness. Because at the root of wealth frequency, for many people, is a simple question: am I allowed? Am I allowed to have it easier? Am I allowed to have more than my parents? Am I allowed to feel safe? Am I allowed to thrive while others struggle? These questions can carry guilt, loyalty, and old pain. And I want to say this with so much love: your thriving does not harm anyone. Your ease does not steal from anyone. Your abundance can become a light, and you are allowed to be a light without burning yourself out. You are allowed to receive and still be kind. You are allowed to have and still be humble. You are allowed to be supported and still be generous. Now, some people confuse boundless wealth with endless wanting. But the frequency of wealth is not hunger, it's fullness. It's a calm inner state that says, I am already enough and I am open to more. Not grasping, but allowing. Not desperation, but readiness. Not forcing, but trusting. So if you've been trying to manifest from a place of panic, I want you to release yourself from that. You don't need to punish yourself. You were doing your best, and you can choose again. Now let's bring this into a clear, practical process. Something you can return to on days when you feel shaky. There are 3 parts to aligning with the frequency of wealth: awareness, soothing, and choice. First, awareness. You notice what state you're in. Are you contracted or open? Are you rushing or present? Are you trying to control or willing to receive? This is not about judging, it's about noticing. Second, soothing. You give your nervous system safety, a breath, a hand on your heart, a slower pace, a moment of kindness, because an unsaved body cannot receive. And third, choice. You choose the thought, the action, the posture that matches wealth frequency. You choose to speak gently to yourself. You choose to take the next inspired step. You choose to honor your worth. This is how you become an energetic match. Now I want to talk about inspired action, because aligning isn't only internal, it's also how you move through life. When you're aligned, action feels different. It feels lighter. It feels like curiosity rather than pressure. It feels like, I'll try this instead of, this has to work. It feels like following the next breadcrumb. You might feel drawn to update your resume, not from fear, but from possibility. You might feel called to raise your prices, not from greed, but from self-respect. You might feel inspired to learn a skill, reach out to someone, start a small project, or say yes to an invitation. And here's the key: you don't have to know the whole staircase. You only need the next step. Wealth frequency loves movement, not frantic movement, not exhausting hustle, but steady, aligned movement. Like a river. A river doesn't push, it flows. It moves around obstacles. It finds openings. It stays connected to its source. You are allowed to be like that river. Now, sometimes people ask, how do I know I'm aligned? Here are a few gentle signs. You feel more present even if circumstances haven't changed yet. You feel less obsessed, less desperate. You catch yourself choosing kindness over panic. You notice opportunities without forcing them. You feel a quiet confidence that you can handle what comes. And you may also notice contrast. Sometimes alignment brings up old fear so it can leave. So you might have a day where you feel emotional or tired or sensitive. That doesn't mean you're going backwards. It may mean you're releasing a pattern. Think of it like cleaning a window. At first you notice the dirt more because you're finally seeing clearly. And then, slowly, light comes through. Now let's do another small practice together. This one is about shifting your identity because the subconscious responds powerfully to identity. Close your eyes if you'd like and imagine a version of you who is aligned with wealth frequency. Not a different person, not someone more worthy, just you in your natural receiving state. How does she stand? How does she breathe? What does her face look like when she wakes up? What does she believe is possible? And most importantly, how does she treat herself? Does she rush and criticize herself? Or does she speak gently? Does she shame herself for wanting? Or does she honor her desires? Does she ignore her needs? Or does she meet them with respect? Now imagine stepping into her body like a warm coat, just for a moment. Feel her shoulders, feel her breath, feel the calm in her chest, and say, I am becoming the version of me who receives. Breathe. I am becoming the version of me who trusts. Breathe. I am becoming the version of me who is supported. Now, let's speak to the part of you that worries this is too good to be true. Sweet one, you don't need to convince yourself. You don't need to force belief. Belief grows like a plant. It grows with consistent care. So if you've been skeptical, that's okay. Skepticism can be a shield. It can also be a sign that you've been hurt before. So instead of demanding that skepticism disappear, you can hold it lovingly. You can say, you can come with me and we can still try. That's maturity. That's self-love. Now I want to offer a few gentle reframes that can change everything. Instead of I can't afford it, try, how can I create support for this? Instead of I'm not good with money, try, I am learning to be in a healthy relationship with money. Instead of money always leaves, try, money can stay with me and I can manage it with love. Instead of it's hard, try, it can be easier than I think. These aren't magical words. They are new pathways. And the brain loves pathways. The subconscious loves repetition. So choose one sentence that feels soothing and repeat it often, especially when you're triggered. Now let's speak directly to the receiving pattern again, because this is where the shift becomes real. Many people are excellent givers. They give time, attention, care, effort, emotional labor. They know how to hold others, but when it's time to receive, they close. They say, I'm fine. They say, don't worry. They say, I don't need anything. And deep down, they wonder why life doesn't feel supportive. If this is you, you're not alone. You may have learned that receiving is dangerous, that receiving makes you vulnerable, that receiving creates obligation. But in truth, receiving is a skill, and you can learn it without losing yourself. Here are a few ways to practice receiving today, gently. Receive a compliment without dismissing it. Receive rest without apologizing. Receive help without explaining why you don't deserve it. Receive pleasure without guilt. Receive silence without filling it. Receive your own kindness without suspicion. Even these small acts tune your frequency. Now I want to speak to something that often hides under money struggles. Shame. Shame says, there's something wrong with me. Shame says, I should have figured it out by now. Shame says, other people can do it, why can't I? And shame is heavy. It lowers your energy. It makes you hide. It makes you avoid. So let's release shame together. Take a breath and say, I forgive myself for what I didn't know. Say, I forgive myself for surviving the best way I could. Say, I release shame and I choose love. And if tears come, that's okay. Tears are release. Tears are the body letting go. Now, I want to offer you a simple daily ritual for wealth frequency. Not complicated, not perfect, just consistent. In the morning, before you look at your phone, place your hand on your heart and say, today, I choose to be supported. Then take 3 breaths and imagine your day as a path with gentle helpers along the way. A kind conversation, a good idea, a timely message, a moment of clarity, a solution that appears. Then ask, what is one loving action I can take today that honors my worth? It might be sending an email. It might be organizing your finances with calm. It might be drinking water and taking care of your body. Because wealth is not separate from self-care. They are deeply connected. When you treat yourself as valuable, you make choices that support wealth. Now, throughout the day, whenever you feel scarcity, whenever you feel that tightening, pause. Breathe and say, in this moment, I am safe. Then choose one small action that matches abundance. Stand tall. Speak kindly. Make a clear decision. Say no to what drains you. Say yes to what nourishes you. And at night, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart again and say, I received something good today. Even if it was small, a kind look, a moment of peace, a helpful idea, a solved problem. Train your mind to notice support. Because what you notice grows. Now, some people worry that using on wealth will make them selfish. But wealth frequency True wealth frequency doesn't close the heart. It opens it. It creates more capacity to give from overflow, not from depletion. So you can hold this desire with purity. You can say, I welcome abundance that supports my life and my purpose. That's a beautiful intention. Now let's address what to do when fear returns, because it will, not as punishment, but as part of being human. You might have a day where you feel doubt. You might have a moment where you compare yourself. You might have a surprise expense. You might hear bad news. And your body might want to fall back into, it's not safe. When that happens, do not scold yourself. Do not say, I ruined it. That's the old pattern. Instead, become the loving guide for yourself. Say, of course I feel this, and I can still choose again. Then return to the basics. Breathe. Soften your shoulders. Hand on heart. And repeat the most soothing truth you have, even if it's simply, I am here. I am safe. I am supported. Then ask, what is the next loving step? Because fear may visit, but it does not have to drive. Now I want to give you something very concrete, an affirmation sequence you can speak when you want to tune yourself quickly. You can say, I release the belief that I must struggle. I release the belief that I am alone. I release the belief that receiving is dangerous. Then, I welcome support in ways I can recognize. I welcome opportunities that match my values. I welcome ease with integrity. And finally, I trust myself with more. I trust life to meet me. I am worthy of boundless good. Let those words be like a gentle song. You don't have to shout them. You don't have to force them. Just let them settle. Now one more scenario, because I want you to see how subtle this can be. Perhaps you've experienced this. You're about to do something that could help you. Apply, ask, share, create. And suddenly you feel sleepy. You procrastinate. You get distracted. You start cleaning the house. You start scrolling. And you think, I'm lazy. But often, that's not laziness. That's nervous system resistance. That's the body saying, this feels like a risk. So instead of shaming yourself, try soothing. Say, it's safe to take one small step. Then take one small step. Open the document. Write one sentence. Send one message. Make one call. And celebrate it. Because wealth frequency is built through trust. And trust is built through small, consistent actions that prove to your body, I can do this, I can handle this, I am safe. Now, let's come back to the heart of it. Boundless wealth is not just an amount. It's a relationship. It's the relationship you have with life. Do you expect life to punish you? Do you expect life to withhold? Do you expect life to demand that you suffer before you receive? Or are you willing, just willing, to consider that life can be kind, that you can be met, that you can be guided, that you can be supported. And if you're willing, then you are already shifting. Because willingness is an open door. You don't need certainty to start. You need willingness. So let's seal this gently with a final alignment. Take a slow breath in. Feel your chest rise. And exhale. Feel your body soften. Now say, I choose to live in the frequency of support. Say, I choose to live in the frequency of worthiness. Say, I choose to live in the frequency of receiving. And imagine that your life hears you, not as a demand, as a decision, as a new agreement. And in the coming days, watch for subtle shifts, a calmer response, a clearer idea, a moment of unexpected help, a new invitation, a small win. Let those be evidence that you are tuning to a new station. And if nothing changes immediately, be gentle. You are not failing. You are planting seeds. And seeds don't sprout because you yell at them. They sprout because you water them with patience and love. So keep watering, keep breathing, keep choosing softness over struggle. Keep choosing worthiness over doubt. Keep choosing to receive even in small ways. May you remember gently and often that you are allowed to live in the feeling of being supported. You are allowed to feel safe. You are allowed to expand.